Hello and welcome back to episode 8. In this episode we're going to go over a few things that will help drastically speed up your experience in Ubuntu. And we'll get started here by showing you an overview of the shortcuts, some keyboard shortcuts that will certainly make life much easier for you. And the first one is to press the super key, and if you're using a Windows keyboard, it's the Windows key. Press and hold the super key and you're going to get a nice menu that pops up and gives you an overview of keyboard shortcuts. We've got them, you'll see, for launcher, for the dash, and for this HUD's menu bar. So this is pretty handy. Once you get acclimated to this, you'll be able to zip around pretty quickly and save yourself some mouse clicks and additional keystrokes navigating to your favorite areas within your computer. So I'm going to start off by using my Super S key, and what that will do is that will toggle my workspaces, and I can jump over here to my show notes now. Alright, so we've explained our first one, our keyboard shortcuts. Remember, just hold down your super key and you'll get a quick access to your keyboard shortcuts. Alright, now we're going to install Preload, and Preload is going to help also by speeding things up by preloading applications that you use quite frequently. And again, we're going to use our old friend, the terminal. And if we pull up our terminal, we're going to enter in the following command here. Sudo apt-get install preload. It's really easy to do. I'm going to copy that. And like always, I'm going to put the shortcut or the command for this terminal command in the description below so you'll have easy access to it. So we're going to paste that in here, hit enter. It's going to ask for our password. We'll enter that, and it'll fetch this off the internet, download it, and install it for us. Alright, looks like that's complete. We'll minimize our terminal. And that's installed, and at this point there's really nothing much to do. It'll monitor and make note of what programs we use frequently and schedule those guys to load in a fashion that's going to have them sitting here ready in memory for us to use rather than have to execute these from hard drive. Alright, so we've got a really neat one here that I love. It's called the Ubuntu Wallpaper Changer, or Wallpaper Changer, and we're going to install that. It's a straightforward process. Again, we're going to use a terminal by right-clicking and copying this. We're going to jump back into our terminal, and we're going to paste this and hit enter. This one also is going to download, and once it's downloaded, it'll go ahead and do an installation. So it's about complete, and it's running through the installation process now. This is really neat because you'll be able to take this and add a folder of photos that you've got and have it on a timer alternate through the photos, where you can have wallpapers changing rather than have a static wallpaper. Of course, you can set the time, the delay, and it's really neat to have. Alright, so it looks like that was successful. Let's minimize. We'll switch back over to a blank workspace here, and let's go to our applications here. We're going to look for Wall Changer, and that's the icon that it gives you. It looks somewhat like a dragon chasing its tail. We'll launch that, and you'll see that you have an option to add a folder. That would be if you've got a folder loaded with a variety of images you have or wallpapers, you can browse to that. You can add photos individually. Of course, you can change the timing if you want them to alternate every 3 minutes, every 10 seconds. It's up to you. So, handy little piece of software here, Wallpaper Changer. Make sure you try that. Alrighty, so what do we have next? Let's take a look here. We're going to reduce our swap file usage, and you'll notice a great speed and performance increase here, especially people that have more than 2 gigs of RAM. And this is going to reduce the amount that swap information or page file information that's written to your swap file. Programs that you have running stored in memory are going to be written to your hard drive a lot less often, and you'll see a big speed improvement here. So the default value is 60. And we're going to open gedit with this command. from our terminal. Let's paste this in here. And if you scroll down all the way at the bottom, you'll see that the swappiness default value is 60. Now, if you don't see that, if you don't see this default swappiness value, go ahead and add it, and I'll put this in the description below so you can paste that in there. Just make sure you paste it on a line that isn't preceded by the pound symbol. If you have that pound symbol before that, it's going to disable that functionality. So we're going to reduce this to 10, and we're going to save that. And at that point we can close it, and our terminal's updated so we can close that. And you may want to reboot before you see this take effect. And finally, we're going to download Synaptic Package Manager. This is another alternative way to download software upgrades in a variety of different programs for Ubuntu. So we're going to, again, copy this piece of code, and we're going to open up our terminal and paste that guy in there. Here our password, and I've already installed it, and at this point it's not conducted any upgrades or installed any new software on my system. So if I pull up my menu bar here, I can look for Synaptic Package Manager. Anytime you make changes to your system, install or remove software, it's going to ask for a password. So, and Synaptic's fired up here, and we'll let it run. We can tell it to mark all upgrades or reload and make sure that it's got the most current information that it's presenting us with. Synaptic's pretty cool because you can conduct searches, and if you've heard about a great piece of software or something you'd like to try, this is a good way to be able to find it and additional components that are going to be beneficial to have. So for example, if you wanted to install the Compiz settings manager, you can see that it's pulled up Compiz. Anything that has a green box would indicate that it's already installed. And if you see anything additional that you'd like to install here, you can place a checkbox beside it, and it will also grab anything that's needed in regards to it functioning the way that it should. So I hope that helps you guys. And this wallpaper I found online, I'm going to put a link to it in the description to you for you to download as well. It's a pretty cool little wallpaper. Remember to try the wallpaper changer. You'll love that if you've got a lot of wallpapers you'd like to be able to switch between. So remember, coming up, episode 9. Comment, like, and subscribe. All right, we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.